What's up? 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 Well, we know we're all familiar with Tyrese. We're familiar with his. He's 46. You know, he's an actor or whatever. We're familiar with his life, but he said some things on a broadcast podcast. I guess it's TD Jake's podcast. I didn't know he had one. I just saw Tariq speaking on his podcast, and while he was speaking, he was talking about the prospects of getting back into it, back into a marriage, back into a situation. And we'll let you hear what he has to say. He sounds horrified. He sounds horrified because he believes that it could happen again. And that's what a lot of dudes are, man. A lot of these dudes are traumatized. We talk about the beta male, right? We talk about the beta male. A lot of these dudes are not alpha males, they're beta males. Most of these dudes are beta males. And in the act of relationships or dating or marriage, a lot of men get traumatized. And let me say something. We was talking about the incel, right? No man is probably going to admit they're an incel, right? Or whatever that is, right? And a lot of men ain't going to admit they've been traumatized. They're not going to admit it, but they're going to show it in their actions. They're going to show it in how they process information, how they deal as they continue on their journey in their life. Now, the thing about Tyrese, the thing about Tyrese, and I do this, I'll keep making that mistake. I do listen to Tyrese, so, but Tyreek, this is Tyrese, right? Yeah, Tyrese. The thing about Tyrese, right, is the immaturity, man. I mean, we'll get into what happened, but you're still a man, brother. The immaturity and once again, what we talk about, he wants to rest on his woman. He wants to jump into the clouds of happiness and joy, and there are no mistakes. I have nothing to worry about, man. She'll never leave me. He wants to live that way. He's been hurt because he was doing it. He said he used to hide in the curtains and watch his wife come home. He was so happy to be with her. He was like a child. He said he would be back off in the curtains watching. And the divorce happened and it left a scar. And and now the legalities, and that creates more problems, more hesitation. Now, he's in a relationship now, says his woman wants to get married. He's afraid. He's afraid if he says I do again, she'll turn around and dump him after, whatever, a couple of years. And then he'll have to go through the same pain and heartbreak. And he's not ready to do that, man. And this guy is wounded. This guy is wounded. This guy went into the world of dating. It's just like a guy goes to where we at? Where we fighting at? What, Afghanistan? Where we at now? Ukraine. That we're not over there. I'm trying to see where we're at. It's like a soldier going to a war zone and coming back with issues, shell shocked or whatever you want to call it. This is the way he sounds, and this is what his journey has been in dating. And that's what's out there for most men out here. Really, what Tyrese is talking about is the reality of most men. Most men are going to encounter the same thing that he's encountering. And he's shook, man. We got the TD Jake thing. We'll try to play. Let me see. Hop on this thing. I think it's about 6 minutes. Right here. Is this it? This is it. So fair use, fair use. Check it out.
I understand you had a conversation with Holly Berry about divorce and about child support. As much as you are comfortable with talking about that, can you share something with me?
Yeah, well,
fair use. This is the TD Jakes podcast. I think it's network or something. We're going to hack this up just real quick.
What I said to her, it was on my Instagram. I posted it.
Okay.
And so it is public knowledge.
What happened right here?
What I posted. But it was actually on the topic. Most recently, it was about her saying that her current better half has been asking her to marry her because they've been together for a while now, and she has been struggling with the idea of ever, allowing herself to marry again. So, and I said, well, I could relate to that. I've been in a relationship now with my lady Zelly for 5 years. Mm-hmm. And she's always hinting at marriage. And some people will say, oh, you're a Band-Aid. You're just filling in the blanks. And, at a certain point, he's going to dispose of you and then go find the woman that he actually wants to marry. But people don't understand is that your opinion is formulating from things that you have never experienced.
Right.
You don't know what it's like to wake up, get married, have a prenuptial agreement in place, have the prenup to get cracked, where you end up paying all of her legal fees and my legal fees.
I have no idea why the video is not turning, but once again, the immaturity these celebrities or whatever display, it's unbelievable, man. You don't know what it's like to get married and have a prenup and the prenup get cracked. You're right. If you have a prenup, there are certain guidelines you cannot void. Adultery is one of them. If they catch you, and this is another thing too, the downside. That comes with marriage. None of this stuff is promised forever. You're not promised to be here forever. You went through a bad divorce, and we all know, like I said, once it's over, and it's every man for himself. So the same person that you married, now becomes a villain or an enemy, and your resources are at risk. Your stability, your mental sanity is at risk. We understand that, but you can't be weak. And that's the thing about it. He's trying to be a ladies' man, but he's tender. Tender Tyrese. It ain't gonna work, man. It's just won't work. You can't do it that way. You can't profess to be a ladies' man, but you weak when it comes to dealing with them. And I don't know, because he's right. I don't know. I'm not there. You're right. I'm not in your household. I have no idea what you and your wife were doing. But whatever it is, it's left you scarred. It's left you wounded. And it's traumatized you so much that in this new relationship you've been in for 4 or 5 years, You're afraid. And this is the thing, you want to do it. You want to do it, but you're afraid to do it. And that's not very masculine. Because he is a beta male, he's the marrying type. He likes that. Marriage is like Christmas for guys like this. It's an event. It's like a marriage for him is like putting up a tree, putting up the ornaments, putting up, all the little nice things, the flashing lights, everything. That's what a marriage is like for Tyrese. It's something he wants to do, but he doesn't understand, or he don't want to understand. It's a legal side to it. It comes with legal consequences. And it's sad too, man. Another black man. It's sad to hear these grown black men like Tyrese, say these things, man. Here we go. I think Bezos just got a divorce. He gave his wife 34 billion or something like that, and she's been giving that to HBCUs. She's been giving HBCUs 25, 100 million. I don't know everywhere she's been going, but I have been seeing that she's given a couple of the HBCUs a donation of support, like $100 million to a school she's never been to. But here we go.
And now I'm paying all this money to attorneys trying to protect what I have. And then you realize that somebody marries you and then they said, I don't want to be here anymore. And then they trying to take everything that belongs to you with them. And it is really a painful process. And so, well, hey, if we could be happy and we could be together and we could not get married, because if you ever decide that you don't want to be married anymore, now you're going to be another person trying to take everything that I've worked my butt off for the last 30 years. And what does that look like? And how long is this going to last before the judge decides this is my final judgment? So everything about my last divorce took 4.5 years. I lost all of my appeals in the lower courts. Then I lost all of my appeals in the Supreme Courts. And so I had like 3 weeks to cough up almost $1.2 million that I did not have to give.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if you believe that, right? I mean, that's fine. You didn't have it. You got to know what you're doing, man. You got, when you choosing a mate, you got to focus on what you're doing. You also got to know who can deal with what. Some of them, some women you can cheat. I mean, I'm not, but some of them, you're right. Now, I'm not even talking about that. They'll give you, they don't care. You can do it. Go do it. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about some of them will play the game. You'll cheat. They don't look really, really hard. As long as you really, really, make sure you, don't leave no evidence, that you were doing it. They'll stay loyal. And they'll be there for you. And you can look at them after a couple of years and think, does she know? Well, and she wants the relationship to continue, right? But you got some, man, that's over. First time. First it's over. You getting papers filed, and like I said, he had a prenup, but I can go look up. It say it got cracked. Normally to crack a prenup, one of the aspects of it is adultery. And there are several other aspects because you're required in a marriage to do certain things. I think support, you got to maintain provisions. You have, like, if you sign that prenup, you have to take care of that person. If you stop, grounds for a divorce. You cheat, grounds for a divorce. And like I said, you got to know who you marrying, right? Because just like a lawyer, right? Just like certain people, right? They're very litigious. Some people take you to court for anything. It don't matter. They'll take you to court. You could run into the back of a car and that person will settle. Your insurance will contact them and that person will settle right there. Boom. You can run into another back of court car and that person will take the insurance. They'll take you. They'll start suing. So and you have to know what you're dealing with. He's very let me tell you something. Immaturity. You have to grow up. If you don't grow up, you're going to suffer. You're going to pay for the mistakes. You have to grow up. You have to become a man. You got to stop being a child. You're a grown ass man. You cannot be dealing with these women like a child. This isn't some high school romance. These are relationships. Things have changed. You can't do stuff. You can't say, hey, I signed it. Now, if you get married, right, you got to follow the tenets of the marriage, right? Well, you have to follow them. And it's immature. See, that's immature. It's immaturity to say, I'm gonna get married and I'm gonna get vows and sign, and we're gonna have a wonderful time. But wink, wink, I'm still out there. Well, you can do that. But you have to deal with the consequences of that decision. And that's where you get into the immaturity and the whining. You can't whine about it, man. It happens. You ain't the first guy that's had a bad marriage. And you ain't the last guy to have it. So you know what? It ain't even like to say, nobody's even suggesting you enjoying this. But to speak on it like you're trauma, like you've been, like it's it probably was your situation, but to speak on it like that. But that comes when we had the incel, and we were talking about the incel. He's up there saying he hadn't had women. And we're saying, okay, we get that part. We get that certain amount of stress, disappointment, maybe even some mental issues. We get that part. But you are making it seem like that's all you need in your life, women. You be careful what you wish for. Tyrese has plenty of them. And look at him. Look at him now. Look at what it's done to him. He's living in fear. 4 years of lawyer fees. He's right. He might not have any money. All them appeals cost money, man. And them lawyers want to get paid first. They're not going to start working on they got other clients. They're not going to start just working on your stuff. You got to pay them, man. You got to pay them. Money run out, they run out. It's a big deal. As a man, a marriage or even a relationship now because of STDs and stuff, you have to be careful with this stuff, man. Yeah, this is the Slaw channel, okay? This is the Slaw channel. But we're putting this information out there. You can listen to it or don't. And just like the incel that we were helping, Tyrese is a wonderful example. If you're an incel, look at Tyrese. Look, this is the thing. Don't look at him and stay away from women or say, I'm going to stay the way, an incel or whatever. No, but look at the immaturity of him. So as you improve, change, help yourself, you got to get mature, man. You got to grow up. You got to be a man about this stuff. You got to stop looking at this stuff like a child. The whole thing about falling back hopelessly in love, and that's really the way women deal with relationship. But we're not getting into that. Men, when you just lay, and we know men act like women now. When you want to just lay it all down, and I'm married, and I'm free, and and this is so dangerous. Oh, I'm so in love. Oh man, you know what? When guys do that, man, when they do that, it ain't no hope for them. It's no hope. When you do that, you get married. You don't have to get married. You and your woman connect, and you start looking at it as, this is the best thing for me, and God has blessed me, and we're going to be together. Man, you're taking a hell of a chance. We're going to be together forever, because when they leave, you'll be like Tyrese. You'll be like Tyrese, and he did that. And so that's what I'm saying. Let me tell you something. When I do these videos and these podcasts, I'm telling you, man, I'm learning too. That's what he did. You can't go into no relationship like that. You got to protect yourself. This is real world. This isn't TV. This isn't the music. I know we know he's a musician. This isn't a musical song. This is reality. If something happens, he said the prenup got cracked. Why? How did it get cracked? Let me see. Cause I'm interested about that. I'm interested in that. How did Tyrese's prenup? How did Tyrese's prenup prenup get voided? Let's see if he picks up on it. It says, nope. Okay, let me try it again. Get voided. Okay, they'll probably tell me now. Hold on. Said they went into his prenup and they voided out the attorney fee. They voided out the attorney fee part. They said it was invalid. Um. Okay, that's it. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. He said he found out. I'm looking at this. He says he found out. Tyrese says he found out during his divorce trial that his ex-wife was only in it for the money. She got about $500,000 from me. After the divorce, she gets $11,000 a month. Land Rover worth $20,000. He was ordered to pay her attorney fees that were another $400,000. Well, grew to $500,000 with interest due to non-payments, and he couldn't keep up with the child support payments, and she had him arrested. Okay, I see. I see. I see that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. He said he didn't have the money, so and they don't care. So he couldn't keep up with the $11,000 a month after paying her the whole five, and the attorney fees cost. Yeah. So she had him arrested, and it says that's when he began crying in the courtroom. So yeah, he's traumatized, man, and he's going through what a lot of modern men are going to wind up going through, man. He's traumatized. Yeah, and we're not even getting into that. Yeah, he whined about he couldn't see his kid, and yeah, that's a part of it, man. If you don't pay the check, look, it's a contract, man. We know it's spiced up. Marriage is spiced up. Like I say, it's just like Christmas, right? You can have Christmas. You don't really need the tree. You can give gifts. You don't need a tree. What do you need the tree for? You can be in a relationship. You don't need a wedding, right? So he got in a relationship, man. Things went left, and she used. And it's not even her. Let's stop thinking it's her. It's the lawyer. It's not you, man. That lawyer is representing you. That lawyer is going to sit down and tell you what are your options. Well, you can have him arrested. Well, you can do this to him. You can go after this. No, you can go after his possessions. Do you know where his money is? You have a right to it. He has an account that's in someone else. We'll have the courts. We'll petition the courts. We understand he's a singer, R&B singer, and yeah, and that's to a certain degree it brainwashed him because he started looking at relationships from a perspective of music or from a perspective of fantasy. He painted a picture of perfection. The woman is perfect, and our love is going to last and last and last. And yeah, look. As a man, most men would love to do that. Most men would love to look at their women and just fall head over heels, tongue hanging out your mouth. We talk about that's how these brothers be doing them brotherhood snows. They be goofy and giggly around them. But yeah, yeah. I'm saying as a grown man though, you know you can't do it. But yeah, I mean, you're talking about a young man. Yeah, you're talking about 15 years old. Yes, your girlfriend, you listening to music and you guys are holding hands. Yeah, that's the way a child does relationship. You can't enter a relationship like that as a man. You can't. And it leaves you in society, we know it favors the woman. So it leaves you so open for what Tyrese is going through because see, it's betrayal too. We don't the court doesn't care, but it's betrayal. This is someone that you love. This is someone that you trust. This is someone who you've told your secrets to. And this person is demanding you take money you don't have. This person is trying to ruin you. So you have to deal with being ruined, but still loving that person. But you emotionally have an attachment to that person, but that person has broken away from that. And now they're trying to take everything they can from you. And they could care less. And also, knowing that they got the money, she has you arrested. And you're a celebrity of a name. That, you got to go into a hole. Now, I don't know where they put them. They have a little place for people like that. They don't necessarily put out. I was talking about the drunk tank. It depends. If they don't have it, that's where you go. But they have to deal with wealthy criminals or wealthy defendants, and they have a place for them. He said, dude, about 50, baby boy. Hey man, I seen it. I saw it one time. If you like it, if you like it, like it. I know that's a cult classic with a lot of people, which I don't, now that blows my mind why it's a cult classic. I mean, it was a BET, it was a who made Baby Boy? Was that John Singleton? It was a film. It was just a flick, man. No, it wasn't a flick. It was just a movie. What I say? What Baby Boy about? What 94? What is that? 94? What is that? What is that? 1994, 93? He said he doing them B-side movies on two. Is that where he at? 2001. Hey, is that where he's at? I know they be Jennifer Lopez is all over Amazon Prime, man. Like none of those all those movies are for Amazon Prime. They're nowhere else but Amazon Prime. And I'm saying, hey, she getting a paycheck. So is that where he could be? He could be down there. He got to work, man. Got to pay his bills, man. Yeah, rest in peace to John Singleton. Wonderful brother. He did a lot for the entertainment aspect of our community. Baby Boy, cult classic. Fine. I've seen it once. I haven't had a desire to see it again. But in the real world, in relationships, when you in the real world, you have to deal with the aspect of divorce. You have to. And you have to do it maturely. And we've spoke about this. A man, you can have your lawyers, you might as well say, you can have lawyers draw up the marriage forms. You can have a lawyer do all of that. You can have a legal agreement with your woman, i.e., if I pass away, it's already in the will. You can have a will, everything goes to her. She's my next of kin. You can have all of that in paper. You can have all of that legally certified by a law firm. And then for mom and family, you guys can have a wedding. But it's just ceremonial. It's not a official a wedding. And that way you don't, you know what you're saying, right? You can't be drugged. There's nothing to sue. But she's taken care of, like as far as her health care, if something happens, she's taken care of. So you can assure her that you're going to take care of your woman. But you don't have to get married, because we know that it's been changed. Marriage has been altered by feminism. And even now they say it's not fair. They say it's not fair. I saw some woman on TikTok. She said marriage was slavery. She was saying a woman should never get married. That's nothing but slavery. You talking about cooking and cleaning? Yeah, it's like, but I was like, I didn't, I was just listening to her. What I did cross my mind, well, why get married? I mean, like, okay, you don't want to take care of this man. You don't want to cook for him. You don't want to clean for him. You don't want to focus on him, help him become a better man. Maybe you'll have a kid, but it can't mess up your stomach. Well, why get married? Why? There's no such thing as these relationships that have no downside. And that's when that's when you have to wonder, when you say a incel or something like that, do these guys even want to deal with women? Because dealing with women comes with certain sacrifices, commitments. And it's life altering. You don't have to be a Otis. You don't have to be out here and your life dedicated. Some dudes do that though. Some dudes, I know a couple of dudes like, they don't have no problem becoming an Otis, man. They don't have no problem, man. They like the third kid. And look, we're different at, this is YouTube. For you guys, these people, I grew up around men like that, and these were good men. Now, when you start talking about you or should you do it, I wouldn't. But those were good dudes, man. Those were they were wonderful dudes. I remember so many times we got picked up from football practice by this dude's Otis. He was laying up with his mama. His mama had like 6 kids. He was laying up with her. And interesting, he was a truck driver. He used to park the big rig. We were kids. We played with the truck, with the big wheels and stuff like that. And he parked his truck in the driveway, man, and he go back there and be with her. And that dude never said nothing. And I watched that man get ordered about. I watched her say, "Hey, Joe, I need you to go here, pick up my prescription. Then go by my mama's house. She needs you to clean out that garage. And then when you come back, I need you to take the kids over their cousin house." I watched that dude get up. Okay. That dude hit that truck. That dude was gone. That dude came back, sat on that couch, and I'm over there as a kid. I'm over there playing with my friend. And she said, "Look, take these kids. You can go on home." She was talking to me. "Take these kids over my cousin's house." Man, that man didn't say nothing. That man never said, "Wait a minute. Hold up. I'm finna watch the game. Hold up. I'm doing." That man got up, gathered them kids. I went home. He took them kids over his cousin's house, over their cousin's house. He came back. I mean, they grown people. I don't know, you know. And he passed away, but that was a good man. As far as just a good-hearted person, he was a good man. He unfortunately passed away. He said like a mute. Well, he was compliant, and there's a certain amount of complicity that you got to have in a relationship. He was a compliant dude, and he died. He wasn't married. She had been married. Was he married? He might have been married. He might have been married. And now you see a guy like Tyrese who has already been through the ringer. And he's not a red pill guy. He don't listen to the content from men. He don't listen to that. He's out singing and dancing. And he's about to do it again. And this is my thing, because I would ask him if I could talk to him. I would say, do you go to church? And I said, tell me the truth. When the last time you been to church, Tyrese? Oh, the last time you got married. Okay, so you don't even go to church. Why are you so set on getting married? It's a religious tradition. Yeah, we know the state controls it, but it's based on religion and faith. Why is it so important to get? No, I'm just saying, why? So you're afraid you're going to lose your money? Well, hey, protect yourself legally. But he's not going to do that. And his ego, you know what? We keep talking about the ego. He's not going to do that. His ego is going to tell him, this one will never leave me. His ego going to say, I'm Tyrese. These women will walk through 12 miles of snow to come see me. See, that's his ego talking. So he going to say, I don't have to do that. These women, they love me. I don't have to just do that. And after I done told her about my last relationship, she'll do anything I tell her to do. And he's going to marry her. And a year, 2 years, 3 years from now, we'll see him yelling and screaming. We'll see it. And this is a man who's been broken. The sisterhood, you broke this man. The sisterhood, you broke this brother. This brother started out doing with that Coke commercial. Everybody remember that Coke commercial where he on a bus. Brother on a bus. It's hot. He downed some Coca-Cola and started singing. And he wasn't even at the time out. He wasn't singing. It was a Coke commercial, because we used to trip on that. Say, who is this brother? Said, what's wrong with that brother? We used to say, who's this brother, man, on the back of a bus, singing because he just had some Coca-Cola. It's almost like what we see with the toe tap guy. It's almost like the brother who taps his toes, that guy. It's almost like him. The toe tapper. There's something about the Negro and food. Just I saw the brother with the big dancing brother. That brother making money. He making a lot of money. But there's something about the Negro and food, and people want to see that. It's something about just how the Negro bounces around. And it's extremely offensive. But I don't think we care, man. I don't. He's traumatized, man. When you guys talk about having a whole lot of women, there you go. Tyrese. You see what it did to him too, didn't it? What did it do to him? What did it do to him? You see what I'm saying? What did it do to him? We know he done smashed a lot of chicks, but look at him. He's traumatized. Women got him traumatized. He ain't just sitting back with his feet up. This brother is afraid. And this is a marrying brother right here. This brother likes to get married. I've seen guys like that. They don't like just like a relationship. They want to be married. They want to wake up and tell the world that's my wife. They want to be married. You said he was in my way as an arch nemesis to Usher. Yeah, I mean, he got his B movies. He got a, I mean, if you talk about BET, the one he did with Megan Good, I actually can watch that more than I've seen it probably. I've probably seen it 3 times. It has a lot to do with her in it, but I've seen it probably 3 times. So if you want to say movies that he makes that I could watch, I'll watch that one again. But the rest of them, I mean, I've seen them. Not interested in watching them again. And he's playing with his money, man. So that's the way it is, man. And you got to understand, some women like she gonna take you to court, and the lawyer gonna tell you, gonna fight for what they think she should get. And you can't ask and beg and stuff like that. I see you trying to appeal. He said the arbitrator got in there. Yeah, there you go. Somebody else getting your business, man. Somebody get in your business. They get into your bank account. They can get into your Bitcoin. They get into your resources, and they're gonna have you sign a legal form that you have to tell the court what your resources are. If that person knows you got money off to the side, you got money in Bitcoin, you got money over here, your ass will be brought up on charges. You got to tell them, man. You know what? The Negro don't think that they don't think the rules apply to them. They think that they can just do it their way. Nah, man. Especially when you start talking about getting married to quality women who are in demand. Quality females, they're gonna know the system. A lot of black people only know the court system from the ghettos, from a ghetto perspective. What they saw their uncle do and stuff like that. Nah, man, it's a big world out there, and this is not a game to play. And also, once you grow up, you can't rest in your woman. You can't look at your woman and say this is the most important thing to me. You can't do that. Now, I said can't, right? Guys do it, and they pay. They pay in pain. They pay for that. They pay in pain doing that. You cannot be that naive and be that emotionally needy. You shouldn't even need that. Is she a good wife? Does she cook, clean, take care of your kids, always there for you? That's all you need. You don't need to be all lovey-dovey, and you shouldn't be like that as a man. Because, and I'm gonna tell you why you shouldn't be. Because look how it's broken this man. Look at how this man is broken now. Look at this man. Yep, dude started crying at the premiere because Vin Diesel showed up and Michelle Rodriguez. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, he's very immature, man. He's very childish, and it's coming back to affect his adulthood. It is because he don't understand the world. He think everything's perfect. There's bad things in this world. People people pass away. Storms happen. You have hurricanes. People pass away on that. People get washed away. Bad happens in this world, and so will a divorce. Sometimes a marriage, it will go left, and you have to deal with that situation. It's uncomfortable. Nobody does. You're fortunate that you have money. A lot of people don't have no money. They don't have no real money, and then they got to go through a divorce, and they got multiple kids and multiple baby dads. I mean, baby mamas, and they got to go and deal with that. They got to keep all of those women together. They got to keep each and every last one of those women on the same page. In addition to maintaining employment and maintaining a relationship with their family, with their you have to do all that. You got to do. It's a juggling act. So that's what I mean. It's nothing to play with. If you're going to do it like that, you just need to pump and dump. If you're going to do it like that, just pump and dump. And the reason you can't pump and dump is because you tender. And you know that. You're weak. And women were not put on this earth for us to be weakened by them. They're supposed to make us stronger. So you see what I'm saying? Anytime you listening to music that does that, it's angling toward that. And we know they'll make music, man. They'll put anything in music. It's got to make you strong, not weak. And now that he's been traumatized, man, he's going to do it again. So he didn't even learn from his own mistake. That's something, man. But that's the world we're living in right now, man. And hold on, let me play this. We got about a little bit more left. Here we go.
This is my final judgment. So everything about my last divorce took 4.5 years. I lost all of my appeals in the lower courts. Then I lost all of my appeals in the Supreme Courts. And so I had like 3 weeks to cough up almost $1.2 million that I did not have to give. Mm-hmm. And then who do I turn to?
Right.
When I'm financially depleted.
Right.
Society doesn't care. I mean, there's a couch, his homeboy's couch. But you have to protect yourself, and you have to date women who want the same thing that you want. And if you don't have any morals or good character, you have to follow your marriage vows. If you watch your friend get away with it. And this is normally how it always happens. That's your buddy. You see that guy all the time. You done picked him up. You done went and scooped him up from places, took him, dropped him off. And the one time you try to do it, you get caught. Now you're being pulled in divorce court. Now you going through with Tyrese, your money, you can't hide. You got to tell them all your money until she get that. The people say, okay, you got to give her this, you got to give her that. And then they don't care. So you are in a court like a child, but they don't care. So they're going to take what they want and they're going to give it to your ex-wife. And you can mope, you can walk around and feel terrible, but the system doesn't care. And if anything, you can learn from Tyrese, this man's traumatized. And that's not really his thing. You know, he's not really he's a one-woman man, but he puts too much investment in the woman. It should not, her leaving you should not mean you can't see you can't make it till tomorrow. You can't do that, man. And the fact that you want to do it means something going on in your life anyhow. It's something going on in your life that makes you want to do that. I don't know what it is, Maybe you never got it as a child. And a lot of us didn't. Yeah, we got to start telling the truth. A lot of us didn't have parents who just, like the TV. They weren't like that. Meals at the table, all of us ate at the same. They weren't like that. No, we didn't. No, we all we were kids. Like when I say kids, like 4 or 5, some shit like that. But ultimately, it comes down to you and what do you want. And Tyrese, once again, he's showing the world. He's showing you the world that these women can get you traumatized, man. And at the very least, it's the money. Because emotionally, he's a wreck behind that. And I agree with him. I agree with Tyrese. When a woman can dog you like that and discard you and go to the courts and you pay for her lawyers and she don't even mess with you, like she don't even communicate with you only through the courts. And then if you miss a little $1,000 child support, she's sending the police to your house. That woman never loved you. That woman didn't care about you. That woman saw opportunity. She hopped on that opportunity. You liked the way she looked. She's so fine. She said, okay, I'm in. I'm in. And then she put a set of rules on you and almost challenged you to break those rules. She's like, okay, well, I'll be with him, but. And he accepted that. He had his daughter, and she took his daughter. He didn't realize she could do that. She took his daughter and made him pay for the legal fees, and got $500,000 out his bank account, and getting got an old truck though. She said a 2020. No, it was a 2010. He said it was worth 20,000. She got that. Yeah, yeah. It's called marriage. Yeah, I got you, bro. It's called marriage. It's called having a marriage. It's called getting married. That's exactly what it's called. And it's not called, I'm going to get married because I'm thirsty. It's not called that. It's not called, I'm going to get married because I want a woman to come clean my mess up and cook and clean, and be at the house when I get off so I can smell. That's not a man. But you can guys get into that, and then they realize it's a bigger deal. Then you have kids and you love your kid. Then you say, hey, she's ready to go. And then you realize, you get sent to jail. You keep going to jail. Now there's a restraining order. Now you can't see your kids. Now the job needs you to come to work. They say you can't sit at home all day sulking about your marriage, man. We need you to go to work. And you got to be productive. It's cutthroat. It's a Shark Tank. You got to go to work and be a productive member. All of these things you have to do. And I think that's probably with Tyrese, one of the biggest situation is um, emotions and how people perceived it. And I can tell that's how he is because that's the way he is really in his acting. He's very emotional. He's very childish. He's very immature. And I get that part that he's a singer and the picture of romance to him is without fault because that's what he sings about. That's how he makes his money. The woman, he praises women in his music. And he has to go on a tour and sing that song over and over. And you the greatest thing, you the greatest thing. La 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 la. Yeah. But once again, another example, man. The women are winning, bro. The women got this game on lock. Another casualty. They can dust their hands off. They took care of Tyrese. Took care of him. Got him shook. 100% in his feelings. Fair use, fair use.
Get married, have a prenuptial agreement in place, have the prenup to get cracked, where you end up paying all of her legal fees and my legal fees. And now I'm paying all this money to attorneys trying to protect what I have. And then you realize that somebody marries you and then they said, I don't want to be here anymore. And then they trying to take everything that belongs to you with them. And it is really a painful process. And so, well, hey, if we could be happy and we could be together and we could not get married, because if you ever decide that you don't want to be married anymore, now you're going to be another person trying to take everything that I've worked my butt off for the last 30 years. And what does that look like? And how long is this going to last before the judge decides this is my final judgment? So everything about my last divorce took 4.5 years. I lost all of my appeals in the lower courts. Then I lost all of my appeals in the Supreme Courts. And so I had like 3 weeks to cough up almost $1.2 million that I did not have to give. Mm-hmm. And then who do I turn to?
Right.
When I'm financially depleted.
Right.
I need somebody to love me into a better me. Give me the heads up of what's around the corner. Talk to me in great detail about the choices and the mistakes, the shortcomings, the things that you were blindsided by, the charm, the charisma, the undiscovered magicians that know how to create all the smoke and get you to think and believe that they are what they appear to be. And then when the smoke clears, this is what their intentions were. Love me in a way that's connected to protecting me, because I'm tired of crying. I'm tired of coming close.
This guy. This guy. Man, hey. You gotta protect yourself, man. You gotta have some game, bro. And you need to deal with women who want you. You gotta stop dealing with women who you got to do stuff for them. You always got to do extra stuff to keep their interest in you. You got to give them money. You got to take them here. You got to, put up with whatever. And to me, if all guys would have to do, all guys would have to do is deal with the women who want you for you. And you don't have to worry about what Tyrese is talking about. And if you are gonna get married, be a husband. Get married. Oh, I married a woman and she cheated on me, and then she demanded a divorce. Okay, well, I agree. Now I'm gonna say this again, because you can get married. I don't. The only time I would encourage marriage, I really not for it, if you like late 60s and you find somebody that's 38. And just like Bruce Willis, they want to spend, their lives with you, something like that. Because you can't take it with you. So, yep. Thank you, Vegas. Thank you, brother. He said that somebody said Tyrese ain't nothing but a lick. Say he ain't nothing but a lick to these women. Yeah. Yeah. It be like that, man. It be like that. But see, that's the thing with him. His ego makes him think he's not a lick. His ego makes him think that he's so the women want him so bad. These women, look at these women are climbing through my window. His ego that feeds that to him, and that opens him up to get taken advantage of. And he's a sucker, huh? He said, first thing you got to do, you're right, bro. You can't beg your woman. So you're going to go out and you're going to beg your woman to care about you. You're going to go out on a date or you in a marriage and you're going to beg her. You're going to say, well, if there's something wrong, let me know because I'm going to try to do better. And we don't have to break up. Just keep me up to date. How you feel, man? Where, what? That's what he's saying. And guys like him, to be honest with him, Tyrese, it's scary. He's this dude is scary, man. He's scary. And when you're not a masculine man, right? And he's not. See, we keep falling for what we look at the guy. Oh, he's in shape, but it don't make him a man. He's still a child, man. He has the mind, the way he was raised like a little boy, and he hadn't improved since then. And there's the whole thing with a rumor that he got smacked upside the head on the fast interference. I don't know if that's true or not. You gotta be a man, man. If you're going to decide to take that journey into marriage or relationships, you got to do it as a man, man. You can't do it as a little boy. I'm gonna give you an example. When you talk about an NBA young boy, his money's going to protect him. His money is going to protect him. But that's not a man. That is not the actions of a grown man. None of them. But he don't have to worry about it because his money is going to protect him. Even with the women, his money is going to protect him. He's got enough money where he can behave the wrong way. It's not necessary. This thing that he's with now, I think within the next, I think they're trying to schedule. He said as soon as his divorce is over, he's been with her, his girlfriend, for like 4 or 5 years, and he's afraid, but he's going to do it, something like that. So he didn't learn from the first lesson. And let me say something: a woman is not going to necessarily compromise herself because your last relationship you got took in your divorce. So she's not going to come in signing prenups and saying if we get if we break up, I don't get in. They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that, man. And they're going to say, why you want me to do it? Because of your last. She's going to say, that ain't got nothing to do with me, what she did to you. That don't have anything to do with me, So I'm not going to sign this. I'm not going to waive these rights or do this because your woman did this. And that's what you have to deal with, man. Or you stay single. You stay single. You don't get married. Yeah, if he doing old school R&B tours, he ain't making much on that. I don't care what they tell you. If he's I don't know if he's doing that, but if he's one of the people that be at the casino or at the amusement park, you can see the advertisements. Come down, see Ja Rule, see a bunch of these people, and Tyrese is one. Especially if it's a bunch of people. If it's a collage of artists, from a certain area, they'd be lucky to be getting $3,000 for that. And I said lucky. Some of them you don't get that. Some of them get like $500. That's about all they get, man. And don't let them have poor ticket sales. Then they have to cancel it because they're not bringing the people in. So, and he thinks his marriage can't fail. He see just like I said, his ego and his narcissism, man, and that tells you as a man, you gotta let that stuff go, man. You gotta get out of your ego, and you gotta stop all this narcissistic thinking and outlook on life. That's why he thinks he can't get a divorce. He thinks, okay, my marriage failed. Man, a lot of men's marriage fail. Well, I want to stay in love. Well, it don't work that way. That's the type of shit your kid tell you with Santa Claus. I want him to come here first. You like looking at him saying, I've been good. I want him to come to my house first. Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell him. Okay. All right, go to sleep. And that's a child. This brother right here, bro. He said rapper that's normally on the right is Bow Wow. Yep, Bow Wow down there getting them Bow Wow down there performing for $1,000 and 20-piece McNuggets. And they had the McNuggets, and they talking about the dressing room. That ain't no dressing room. That's a trailer, man. Them dudes be in a trailer. They literally be in a trailer. They be in a trailer with a table, and they'll put a chicken box and a monster drink. And that's and they get their $1,000. They don't get that till after. Yeah, so if they're doing, I get it, man, because people got to pay. Hey, you got to work, got to pay your bills, but goddamn. He said right now it's Trey Songz, Day 20. I don't even know who that is. Isn't that Puff Daddy? Day 26. Yeah. I think that's a Puff Daddy group, ain't it? And Ashanti. Okay. That Ashanti, last time the picture I saw of her, man, she was holding that baby weight. She was pretty big, man. Say the Chitlin circuit. Some Skittles. You know what? Now that you say Walmart, they be out there doing that, man. I could go this Christmas. I can go to Walmart these last couple of days, and they'll have somebody there. They'll have a semi trailer. They'll have that sitting down, right? It'll be sitting there, and they'll have a semi stage made. And yeah, man, it'll be like some local. It'll be somebody from the church. Deborah Hathaway from New Mountain Church, and she'll be singing as you walk in. She'll be singing Christmas carols, and yeah, she'll get probably a couple $100 and a discount card. They'll give her a gift card that's probably how they'll pay her. They're paying a gift card. Well, we can give you $300 cash, but if you'll take the gift card, we can give you $700. She'll be out there, out there singing for that, man. And you were saying that's Tyrese, man. And Tyrese, this is how it goes. You branch out to new movies. If you don't have a couple of million from 6 Fast and Furious, as much money as they make on that, But then again, see, that's business. So, see, this is how business goes. They're gonna pay you what you negotiate. All of that buddy shit, that don't work there. That's only works in the ghetto. That's the hood. Tyrese gets what he negotiates. And Vin Diesel, he don't have nothing. Vin Diesel looking at him. Hey man, I need money, man. I know you're making so much money, Vin. Come on, man. I need this money. I'm going through a divorce, man. Vin Diesel looking at him and said, man, what you want me to do? He said, I don't do that. He said, what I got everybody that's on this set, everybody gotta get paid. Go in there with your agent, go in there with your lawyer, and go talk to the financial people and hammer it out. No, I'm not gonna put my thumb on the scale. I'm not gonna give you a little bit more money because you're going through something. See, and this is what Tyrese, and he probably didn't like it. That's called business, man. You don't get mad at that guy. You know why? That could be your buddy, that could be your friend. But when it comes to money, you guys don't deal with each other. Money makes people fall out quickly. One of the worst things you can do is start loaning money to family or to friends because sometimes people won't pay you back. And that can cause, I know friends have ended 20-year friendships over $50. He won't pay him back. And you go talk to the guy, he said, man, F him. And I've always looked at it and said, hey man, you knew that man for almost 20 years, you gonna do that to him? Hey man, I've been taking him out. We've been hanging out for years, man. All of a sudden he won't sweat me for 50, man, F him. I ain't giving him nothing. Yeah, that's a man. That relationship didn't have any value. You just discarded that guy. He said Lloyd K. Michelle implies the rapper on this tour, Lloyd. Actually, like you with Lil Wayne. I like that. And Lloyd's Indian, isn't he? No, I'm just saying, Lloyd, he let his hair one time. Lloyd looked like he damn near, he like Tonto. Lloyd is an Indian, brother. I think Lloyd is an Apache. If you ask Lloyd where he's from, I think he's descendant of an Indian tribe. His mom is black. His dad's Creole. Okay. He's a dark-skinned Creole, though. And that's a whole nother podcast. That's a whole nother part. That's hours and hours of conversation. I guess you got to be down there in New Orleans to understand Creole life. Like the stream, man. So he's from New Orleans, moved to Atlanta. Okay. Atlanta. Atlanta. As Gucci Man pronounces this, he says Atlanta. I have no interest in those people you named, but I see, people. It's funny how people they don't have. That's where you at, Brownlee. You in Atlanta when y'all moved from Atlanta, and they be looking at you, Brownie. The people be looking at you, say Atlanta. You go over your boyfriend's house and meet his mother and father. You be over there. I'm from Atlanta, and they be looking at each other. You saying what? What you say? I'm from Atlanta. I grew up in Atlanta. So, We hadn't even got to that. We have never. I don't think I've ever said meet the family. I don't think I've ever suggested you do that. Yeah, you got to do that. Got to be a man, bro. Whether you like it or not. Yeah, you're right. Gucci's really from Bessemer. Is it? Am I saying it right? Bessemer, Alabama. From what I was told, it was years ago. They told me that is some hood. Gucci's from like the like hood, the like ghetto, extreme ghetto hood part of Bessemer, Alabama. And they was telling me, man, don't go down there. Don't even go down there. He said, don't even go down there to look, man. And I thought about it. I was passing through Atlanta and I thought about it and I said, nope. I said, I'm not going to even go. I don't, because I said, nah. I'm sure you do. A lot of black women, y'all like Gucci Mane. Y'all always like Gucci Mane. I don't know. He could bring the women out, bro. A Gucci Man show. If you had, I'd say what 2005. Yeah, right around 2005 to 2010. From 2005 to 2010, Gucci Mane. I seen Gucci Mane. They booked this one dude. He booked Gucci Mane Saturday night. The line was around the block. And you're right, Brown. It was 90%. It was 90% women to see Gucci. And then he made so much money, he booked him the next week. It's one thing to bring somebody to your city, or somebody comes to your city. This is the days of BET too. So, and YouTube wasn't really jumping off. So, social media wasn't jumping off like that. But it's one thing to book someone. You got to pay them, and you got to make your money back. And then because you just booked them, you say ain't no demand, so I'm not gonna go with them. I'm gonna book somebody else. Man, that man booked Gucci like 3 weekends in a row, and the line was around the corner. The people didn't care. They wanted to rock with Gucci Mane. They didn't care. And Gucci had on that Versace, that little shirt, in that Moet bottle, that Mo. He was pouring out that Mo, that sweet ass Moet, that candy ass liquor. I'm glad he didn't hear me say that, man. Well, he wasn't done. I'm actually cool, man. You be surprised. I'm actually cool. I meet him. I met him. It was real brief though. Like him. Let me tell you something about men. It's hard for a man to be introduced to another man unless you're an agent or you trying to give him some money. But on some hey, what's up shit? Nah, oh man, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. Oh, they gonna be in their bullshit, bro. And most of them are gonna be over, with I don't do. Hey man, I don't want to talk number women, man. Hey, yeah, hey, bro, listen, I appreciate it, man. Oh, you listen to me? Okay, I appreciate it. I've seen that happen a bunch of times. I wouldn't even do that. If I went to Vegas, unless it's somebody who I know is a cool person, I don't care, But if it's somebody that's cool, Too Short is cool. I remember I saw Too Short in Texas, and dude was getting out of he was carrying his own luggage, and I was like, man, and I'm not. He's a celebrity. Well, in the black community, he is, and we talking about shit 2011. So shit, what we talking about? 13, 14 years ago. Anyhow, he was doing his luggage, and I was there. I said, hey, Too Short. And he said, hey, how you doing, man? I walked over to him, shook his hand. And I said, what you doing, man? Toting your own luggage. You Too Short. And he started laughing. He said, nah, man. He said, it ain't like that, man. He said, plus it's cool, man. He said, it ain't even like that. He said, nah, man. And so he sat down and talked for about 5 minutes or whatever. We didn't have a whole lot to talk about, just some of his music. But he was cool. What I'm saying, he was a dude who's actually down to earth and cool. He is. He ain't like that. Like, yeah, you see him on the TV and stuff, and I don't know his net worth. But nah, man, I swear, if you didn't see that dude on TV, you wouldn't know who he is. You wouldn't know that dude was a rapper. You wouldn't know that he's on tour, major rapper. I mean, Too Short, yeah, you wouldn't even know it. He gonna talk same way you talk. That's how he talk. He's about the same things you're about. Hey man, I gotta take this bag up, man. Get ready for the show. Hey, appreciate your support, man. Oh, by the way, where the ladies at? Yeah, y'all, there you go. He's just like a regular dude, man. A regular guy. One of the most genuine people I had the opportunity to meet. Willie D's on here. I met Willie D. And Bushwick. Rest in peace to Bushwick. He was a guy who was very sociable. Very sociable guy. Very nice guy, man. We don't know these sides of these people until we meet them. And then you meet a guy like Bushwick, and man, it's like your friend from back home. He talks the same way you do. The things that are interested, he's interested in the same things you are. He wanted me to meet Cinderella. Yeah, I think he was on Hot 107. He was at one of those shows. I think at the time he was doing radio. Jordan. Okay. He said, I can vouch for that. I've been around Too Short many times. He is definitely solid, and he will fire up the herb when you. Okay. He's a genuine dude. When you want to talk about somebody who hasn't let the bright lights change them, him. And if you notice, right, look at all of this stuff. Like you saw the Pac thing, you saw the Biggie, you saw all of the beefs. Don't nobody beef with him. I'm not saying. Look, I'm sure there's somebody locally that there's, that's going to happen. But no, what I'm saying is, they don't even get into stuff like that. They don't get into. They don't carry themselves like that. They just come in and do their job, get their money, and leave. And he's not doing that now. If Too Short wanted to, he could come on the internet. He could do what Ray J is doing. He could go down there to Twitch and act an ass. So he could if he wanted to. Yeah, behind the scenes, he was really a player, though. He was just a player who could rap. And that ain't player, man. You're exactly right, man. Now we got Tyrese. He's in fear. He's been up here talking about how he don't want to lose everything. I don't think anybody wants to lose everything. He don't want to lose everything. I'm gonna put this prenup out. I think you don't have trouble with that, huh? And that's, you guys gotta understand, that's any woman. Just because your first marriage, second marriage failed, and she took you to the cleaners, don't mean that the person that you married the third time is going to make concessions with you. And what I'm saying, if you want to be realistic, just think about that. You're not, that's not being realistic to say, okay, my second marriage went left, so what I need you to do is make sure you sign this off and then sign off on this, and this is legal, that you don't want this, and then when it's over, you leave what you got and I got what I got, and they're not gonna do that, man. And you say, well, you need to do it because my second no, that's your problem. Your second marriage failed. Okay, hey, what it got to do with me? That's what the woman is going to say. And that's the way the world works, man. A lot of guys don't understand it. Hey, man, don't nobody care about your problems. Nobody care about who did what to you. They're worried about what you can do for them now. That woman wants you to come and get a marriage. This woman, she wants him to marry. Well, obviously, she wants to financially protect herself. Look, I would tell her in a minute. She said, "Hey, when we gonna get married? We've been together for 4 years." I said, "When last time you been to church? Last time you been to church was when your grandmama passed. You ain't been back since." Marriage is a religious tradition. So we good. We together, right? We together. That's all that matters, right? And well, and I'll be for real. I'll put some paperwork, I put some legal stuff together. So if something bad happens, she's taken care of. I do that. Got no problem with that. But no, I wouldn't get married. And especially if we don't go to church together, why would I'm not gonna get married? That don't even make sense. That don't even make sense when you think about it. Why? I don't want no arbitrator looking into why would I want that? Why would I want to do it to say, hey, you got this mountain Bitcoin, give it up. Put all your resources down, or put your hands behind your back. You've been holding back on $5,000 in Bitcoin. Why would I want that? That's okay. That's okay. VC says just because your fifth marriage failed, that don't mean your sixth marriage will. You're right. It don't. It don't. And we get it, man. You don't want to have, hey, I don't know anybody. Show me somebody. You go find a guy who's looking for a failed marriage. Show me. So that's insane to think that, okay, we're getting married and we expect it to fail in a year, and then nah. Tyrese ain't being honest with us either, because why is he going to marry this person? See, he can't marry her right now. I don't know if his divorce is finalized. Yeah, I saw that video. He said Tyrese the dog caller. Didn't he have a cane corso? Tyrese had a cane corso. The dog got out, and the guy was walking like his poodle, and the dog mauled that man's pet. And that man was talking about how he when he walks his dog, he didn't like walking by that property. And some kind of way they got out. That's just, but no, man, once again, that goes back to immaturity. That's just being immature, man. You can't have pets. Like if you decide to get a pet like that, you got to lock it up. You can't just leave it in the yard like that. You can't leave it where it can get out. How about that? And pets are smart. I know we never give them the credit, man. They're smart. They see how you leave. They'll use their nose. They'll get out. If you don't lock it, they can get out, man. They can get out. And we know once they pack up, when animals pack up, they change. And I used to live in I used to live in a community, man. I would go to exercise, and I would see a pit bull. I'd see a bulldog. I'd see a mutt, a poodle, and they were packed up. They were packed up, and what I would do is they would be coming around the corner. Whichever way they go, I would go the opposite way. I do it slowly, as not to provoke them, and they would continue to walk. But see, the thing about a pack of animals, man, if they come to you, that's a pack of them, and they're packed up now. They all of this pets, them days, that's over with. They're extremely dangerous. If you see that, you need to stop where you are, and you need to get that out of your neighborhood. When they pack up, that's a pack of wild animals. I've seen it like twice, but both times they turned the opposite way I was. And I just figured I'm lucky. But I saw them. It was early in the morning, about 4 o'clock in the morning. And I look over and here they come, all of them. And they'll attract other dogs. So when they're packed up and they're running through a community, the dogs that's in fences or whatever, they'll jump to get in that pack because it's the call of the wild. And they are prone to that. They are susceptible to doing that. And fortunately for me, every time they turn the opposite way. You say in the hood parts through driving through. Man, you know what? You say the hood, man, they don't have no grocery stores in there. I saw somewhere they said they finna start getting the McDonald's out. I don't know what's gonna be in the hood, bro. Wing shops. It's gonna be a wing place. That looks like it. That's all that's gonna be in the hood. A hot dog stand. And out here, man, the Latinos or whatever, they making so much money off Negroes, bro. When them clubs close, when them nightclubs close and it's 2:30, 3:30, all of that, let's go to the IHOP. Man, them dudes pulling up them food trucks. They dropping wings. Man, you see people leave the club, whether it's strip club, nightclub, and they know they right up on the black. They know where they are. Bro, let me tell you something. You want to talk about making some money, bro. They know. They said, let's go pull these trucks in front of these Negroes and drop these wings and watch these Negroes line up. And they ain't lying. Man, they making so much money. In fact, they tried to run them off, and all they did was go around the corner. This dude, he went to like an abandoned lot. Ain't nothing even there. There's nothing. The businesses complained because all them people, and they were saying vandalism and lines. They don't like, going inside a nightclub, okay, hanging out, a strip mall, and that stuff bleeding. And you're gonna have people who get into mischief and break things, break windows. They ran them off. Police ran them off. He had that intercom on or whatever, that loudspeaker, and said, please get off the premises. Telling the people and the truck. So this dude, he went to a Mexican dude. He went over to this an abandoned lot. Man, you got to see it. It's like it's a gas station about 2 blocks down. This is just an abandoned lot. Whatever used to be up is torn down. It's just an abandoned property. Dude took that truck there. Man, them people like roaches followed that dude, or ants. They followed him to the truck, lined up, dancing, got their music on, making him rich. You bought up weed. Well, what do you think? What do you think? All of those people waiting on wings and stuff, you don't think dudes are running around there serving all of them people? Come on, man, it's money. It's my. I just tripping on because it was a Latino dude. I was like, I'm a black man. Didn't think of getting him a food truck. Like ants, yeah, yeah, like ants. It's money, man. No, so I'm saying I see that. We didn't even talk about the cholesterol and the grease. But what does he do? That guy, he's a carpenter, so he does a lot of rehab on houses and stuff. He has like 5, 6 people working for him. He'll come in, rehab your whole house, take out what needs to get taken out, put in new stuff. You pay him, he'll rehab your whole house. He got a food truck. He uses it at night. His wife and daughter use it in the daytime. Yeah, that dude's probably 5 years legal. Probably been in America for legally for the last 5 years. And let me tell you something, bro. That dude doing well. That's smart. He's flourishing. And he making a killing, man. You gotta see the way Negroes line up behind, man. You might as well just have a club outside. You matter of fact, that's what they have over there. When they get over there, they cut on their music. There's nobody to file a complaint, unless something bad happens. I don't know. I haven't been out there. I'm just saying, I don't know when something happened. $50 on a plate. Yeah, you can go on a date. You can go on a de facto date with somebody you just met. Hey, why don't we get us some hot wings? Yeah, sit in the car, man. I got you, brother. He said he's a carpenter. He got contracts. That's how you do it, bro. Tyrese Gibson is right back on the internet. He's with TD Jakes. He's giving you a soulful explanation of what happened to him. He was taken advantage of. He feels he was not treated the way he wanted to be treated. Now, this is the thing you got to be careful with. They're getting a divorce. When you listen to a Tyrese, it sounds like he's still in love or they're still together. And, well, we know he is, right? But he's talking like they're in the midst of love and she's doing these things to him. No, they're getting a divorce. And that woman is a different type of person. She knows she got to be a grown woman. She got a kid she got to take care of. She got a daughter she got to take care of. She don't have no time to be no child. She can't go and cry on nobody's shoulder. The marriage failed. So the best thing for her to do is look out, go out and get what she feels like she deserves and get her lawyers together. And she got that. Yeah, it's some confusion somewhere on that. Somewhere people are confused. Oh, he's still in court. Okay. Okay, he's still okay. Yeah, it'll drag out, man. A lot of times people will concede and give the other person everything they want just to get out of the marriage because of the stress, because they got to deal with all of that stress. They'll let it go. And some people, believe it or not, actually get back together. Yep, he has to pay. Yep, yep. We talk about if I get married, if Platt got married, my wife could hire the best detective in the city to follow me and then pay that detective out of the money I'm making. Yes, she can. 2 credit cards, your credit, if she doesn't pay bills, if she just runs up bills, 2 credit cards. People don't really understand credit because if you start getting them credit, you start just putting money on them like that. Them things ain't easy to pay down. You got to have that money. It might feel good to go out there and spend it. Now you got $8,000 in debt in designer clothes. You stunting. Okay, now somebody got to pay that bill. And it's gonna be a minute, an $8,000 bill, you paying $500 a month. It's gonna be months. I saw some woman on TikTok said all she can afford is the minimum. I mean, the bare minimum. You know, she knows she's screwed over. She said all she can afford on her credit cards is the bare minimum. That woman is cooked. That's when you get into you never pay that stuff off. Yeah, French Montana. Yeah, a princess. Yeah, he's gonna marry. Yeah, cool. Hey man, they got feelings and stuff. You know, good for French. But you know, and then he wants to be. I think he wants to be over there. Well, the whole divorce thing or marriage thing is um that woman got to be into you. She got to be into you. If you doing all according, if you paying for all the bills, if you on bended knee and stuff, what makes you think she's into you? You're into her. You're into her. But where are you getting she's into you? What is she doing to what kind of example has she presented that would make you believe she's into you? So Tyrese is where? Yeah, he should. Tyrese should go wherever he's at. I don't know. I thought he was in California. No, no, he's in Atlanta. Tyrese is in Atlanta. He lives in Atlanta. The problem with a movie career is you have to elevate. So you start your movie career, and then you notch it up. It goes to the next level. You become a lead actor. You do like a Will Smith. At one point, Will Smith was the highest paid actor in Hollywood. But he started out on TV. He started out on Fresh Prince. He started out, he started out as a rapper. Then he used that to elevate to Fresh Prince. Then he used that to become a movie actor. Did good scripts, and he became the highest paid actor over everybody. You see what I'm saying? He didn't try to find a franchise like Tyrese and just be in the franchise. He didn't stay on the bottom. He rose to the top. Tyrese is really never, none of the movies he's not even an actor. Most people would say he's not an actor at all because he doesn't do any type of drama. Most of his films are like action films or comedies, something like that. situation comedies. Most of them. That's not good. People who look at who can act versus who cannot, people who do those films, they don't look at those. A guy who they used to do that to all the time was Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy's movies made a lot of money. They were very popular. But they said all of that Beverly Hills Cop stuff, that's not acting. He's a comedian, basically doing stand up. You'll get nothing. They don't say that's not showing range. That's not acting. And they would never, even though many times his movies were the number one movie, the most popular, they wouldn't give him anything. I don't know what he might mess around here. Eddie Murphy, I could see the Oscars giving him a honorary Oscar because of who he is. They throw bones out. He said Tupac was supposed to play Baby Boy. Okay. Pac. You know what I heard? Uh, Baby Don't Cry by the Outlaws. Haven't heard that in forever. Um, man, he did that one, bro. Whoever wrote that, I had to go look. Pac, they did with when he bought them out. That's the joint there, man. Yeah, and as we speak, man, Puffy, president of Bad Boy, CEO of Bad Boy, is in prison, and Suge Knight, CEO of Death Row, they're in prison as we speak. They went from, and you guys seen it, they went from the pages of the Source or the Rap XXL, they went from those front pages to now both of those men are in prison. That don't speak well for the culture, bro. That don't speak well for the community. That doesn't. And Negroes are still behaving like that even now. He said Pac was gonna play. I got you. Pac went to drama school or something like that. I think that's where he met Jada. Pac was a cool dude, man. We never knew Pac the way um we never knew Pac the way we should have known Pac. Let me tell you something. Malcolm Jamal Warner, rest in peace to that brother. He was a tremendous Tupac fan. I mean, he knew Pac. He was a tremendous fan of Tupac. And Tupac had sides. Tupac had that gangster side, but Tupac also had his poetic side. And when you look at does heaven got I wonder if heaven got a ghetto. That's what Pac was trying to make. Suge didn't want to hear that. But that's what Pac was trying to go to. He was trying to be a little bit more conscious and make songs like I wonder if heaven got a ghetto. Suge didn't want to hear that. Suge wanted him to make nothing but gangster stuff. Looking in my rear view, bury me a G. But you have to admit, bury me a G, that's the shit, dang. Got that Isley brother little. See, that's what I'm saying. If you guys, you don't even, you might not even be familiar with Isley brothers, right? But if you know who the Isley brothers are, right, in their catalog, and Pac took that little da, 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 na, 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 na. Yeah, he did that. Yeah, he said Jimmy Iovine wanted him. I know. You're right. You're right. And that's the community, man. That's why the food truck, you could be a food truck Latino and become a millionaire in the black community. We're always on the bottom. We're always behind. We're just consumers. We never think of We don't ever think of nothing else because we want to do other things. This guy right here is about to get married again when he can. And when it goes left, what is he gonna do? As a man, you accept it. If your relationship goes left, as a man, you stand on it and you accept it. And then you move on. And that's how it goes, man. And let me say something too. Guys, forget about it. Man. You can find you a little something to smash. Okay, you got a divorce. You can smile. There are women out here, now, I don't know. They might be prettier than your wife. But there are women out here, man, all over. If you got your stuff together as a man, it's pretty you can go to a lot of places and find you a woman. So you can go through a bad divorce, money, all of that, and then you got you a place, you're back single. Man, you might be able to smash the women right there in that neighborhood you live in. Okay, one thing you got to understand, there ain't really a whole lot of demand. Look, it's a demand for women who are tens and sevens. It's a demand for them. But when you start talking about fours and threes, it ain't really no demand for them. And I hate to say it like that, but we have to be honest with each other, right? So you can get you a four, you can get you a three. No, not for marriage, but for, hey, let's have fun tonight. You can get that. And she gonna pull up. And she gonna pull up. She gonna come by. She gonna see how you doing. And let me tell you another thing. A smart woman, food. Learn how to cook. If you a smart woman and you want a man, not every man you date, but there's a man that you really want, cook for him. Drop you some chops. Give him some hot pork chops and mashed potatoes that you made. And keep hitting him with that. Don't worry about he's sleeping with all these other women, but keep hitting him with that home cooked meal. And that man gonna wake up and say, "Nah, man, old girl, take care of me, man. These other chicks, it's whatever with them, but right here, she feed a nigga, she smash a nigga, she's feminine, she's friendly, she's pleasant to be around. That man gonna be coming around you all the time." I like a woman who feeds me, but she's got to be able to cook. And when you say that, man, there are women out here. Let's be for real, right? You say a KFC, right, or a Popeyes. Man, there's women. I know women right now. I don't know the recipe. The food they cook tastes when I said way better, way better than that fast food stuff. They just know how to cook. I don't know what it is. I'm like, man, what the? That's just how they cook, man. They just know how to cook. When they cook a roast, it should be straight. It be tender, and it be a little bit brown. It's good, man. You eat the type of stuff you eat too much of, man. You mess around with them, man, you're gonna be gaining some weight. I remember this chick, man, years ago. Years ago. She used to we got up and I was like, I'm hungry. And she said, "Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it." And I was like, okay. So I had about an hour and a half before. So I was like, okay. So she said, I got something for you, right? I'm gonna go cook for you. I said, okay. So she comes upstairs with a McDonald's what is that thing? Big breakfast. And I looked at her and I said, "What's that?" She said, "That's your breakfast." And then she had her own thing. I said, I just left it alone. You know what? Cause see, this is where me and Tyrese see eye to eye. I left it alone, man. I left it alone because I said, I'm not even gonna complain because that's these modern women. They don't cook. They look at McDonald's, and I looked over there and watched that woman eat that, and I said, and she eats it. I couldn't eat that stuff if my life depended. McDonald's is disgusting. I couldn't eat it if my life depended on it. Yeah, tried. I think I ate the hash brown, which is, I think I reached in there, I got the hash brown, but the rest of that stuff, them sponge, yeah, I didn't say nothing though. I think we might be living in an era where those women, see what I'm trying to do. The women from that world may no longer exist. Because now, see, I'm talking about my grandma. See, that's what I'm saying. And maybe I'm being unfair because I'm talking about as a kid, my grandma. When I got up in the morning, man, she could cook. Good Lord, she could cook. My grandma was like 104. She would cook. She'd be up cooking. She used to make those 5-layer pies. I mean, 5-layer cakes, all of it from scratch. The frosting, scratch. The cake, scratch. Vanilla extract, scratch. All of it. Some of and rest in peace to her. But right here, I'll die with that memory. That's some of the best. And that's what I'm saying. And I might be being unfair because I want the women to cook like that for me. They can't do that. And we know they can't. And even now, you got men now, they're not going to admit it, but you have men now who cook so much better than their women that they do the cooking. Because, hey, they like to eat. That's smart, right? I like to eat. If I let her cook, I will never eat. She cannot cook. I get she should do it. I'm the man, she's the woman, but her food tastes bad. Yeah, he said none of them cook. Ain't that something? Yep. Homemade peach cobbler. Yeah. You got to know how to flake that crust. That crust is nice and flaky. A good woman, she going to take care of you, man. Tyrese is Tyrese not even thinking about women in the way that most men are. He's on some my music. He's on some dream stuff. And his awakening to divorce court. That's what I'm saying. To a certain degree, it's sort of offensive because dudes who had to go through that route, they know what they do down there. The way he talks about it, like he's singled out in divorce court, and I gotta pay for her fees, and she trying to take everything from me. Bro, what are you talking about, bro? That's what they do. That's what they do down there. It's like you think, it's like he think, it's like you just finding that out. He's just finding that out. He's just getting that concept through his mind. Tyrese Gibson is shook. Tyrese Gibson has been through divorce. He's still trying to finalize it. He's in tears. He's traumatized. He's so afraid that his next relationship is going to go the same way as this relationship. And now he speaks about how, please don't let this happen to me again. That don't work that way, man. We got to stop doing that as men too, man. Hey, man, we don't want bad things to happen to us, but we're men. Well, Platt, that's the reason they dog men out. Maybe you might be right. Hold up, I might not. You might be right. They look at us as just men, like we can take anything. We don't have any emotions. You're right. They do. They do. They do. They look at us just like that. But whether you like it or not, you're a man, and you got to be a man. And let me talk about that lied to, man. I've been lied to. I've had people sell me bad cars, lied to me. I've had people not pay me back. I've had women lie on me. I had dudes lie on me. You, as a man, you got to know how to deal with that stuff, man. And my thing has been, if it's not on no paperwork, when I mean some legal matter, I don't pay no attention to it. I let them lie because I just want to get away from them. Because I said people like that, I don't want them people in my life. And if the price of getting away from them is their lies, then fine. Okay, fine. Now I'm away from them. And that's what I try to, that's what I focus on. Like the stream, man. Tyrese. He thinks he's what's that dude? Prince Charming, ain't it? Tyrese said he gonna live happily ever after. You think that's gonna happen on? You think that was just a book, or people really live like that? People get old, they get fat, they have kids. It's called life, man. It's called life. You want to be sitting on that patio. You want to be sitting on that $250,000, $300,000 property with the golf course for a backyard, with deers in your backyard, with rabbits and beavers. I mean, you looking on the back porch, there's a damn beaver in your back. You want to live that lifestyle. We finna have Christmas. You want that snow to come down, and you want to get up early in the morning, and you want to go out there, and your wife is in bed, and you out there looking at deer, looking at the little hoof prints, and looking around and saying, I made it. Oh, you can do that, man. No, 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 no. See, you guys talking about the woman. I said, you can financially, you can do what I just said. And I'm not going to say it's easy, but you can do that. Financially, you can do that. Now, as far as the woman thing, that's different world. She can sleep with who she want. That's just the way things are. And you want her to be on the same page as you, man. You want that woman to be able to understand what you've achieved. You say, hey, look at us. I remember when I was in the projects. I remember when I lived with 8 people, and next door to me there was 10. You shared each other's roaches. If somebody started cooking, you smelled their lunch, breakfast, and dinner. You heard every argument. And now those days are over. So you say, yeah, for me, it's a big deal. Look at this patio. Look outside. Look at that. There's a deer. Damn, that's a beaver. That's a beaver. Look at what we've created. Look at these healthy kids. Look at how smart our kids are. They're telling me that they think he's a genius. We created a genius. That's what life is about, man. It ain't about whining and complaining. It ain't about that. They have to see your value, man. They have to see what you're about. It ain't just about money. Now, when you start talking about the gold digger, that's all they're about. Yeah, when you in the project, when you down and out, man, when you grow up from a position of poverty, the people next door to you might not think you do, but you're sharing each other's roaches. Them roaches that was in your kitchen last night are in her kitchen or in their kitchen in the morning. And then they'll be downstairs in somebody else's kitchen, them same roaches. You share each other's roaches. And there's a time when you say no, and there's a time to move on. I went out with a chick, though, Jerome, you might experience this. I went out with a chick, Jerome, I swear. She got in the car, and Jerome, she had a roach. She had the blue weave, and right in the blue weave, I didn't know she didn't comb it again, or maybe the roach was in the comb. She had a roach in her hair. And Jerome, I'm driving, and what you know how you driving, and then out the corner of your eye, I saw movement, right? And I looked over, and we got to a light, and I looked, and she didn't even know she was talking, and she was on her phone. And I said, man, and Jerome, that turned me off, Jerome. Jerome, she had a roach in her weave. And oh boy, he wasn't even trying to hide. He was just hanging out. He was right in a patch of blue. And I was like, okay, he finna duck down, get behind the strands. Nah, man, dude was chilling. He was in a fat patch of blue. And man, that just turned me off. Jerome, I gave her just an excuse. I told her my stomach hurting. I told her, hey, look, I'm sorry. You know, it's all my fault. I owe you, but I gotta take you home. My stomach is killing me. And I said, yeah, you know, yeah, man, I lost all interest. I said, nah, man. I said, nah, Jerome. I said, I can't deal with no sister that's got roaches in her weave, man, or roach in her weave. Because I said, what you think our house looked like? She said, so nobody got the roach out of her hair. She did. She probably did when I took, I'm not going to say, you can't, you know what? You guys, you can't mention that to a person. We got to stop thinking about, we, you can't tell a woman she got a roach in her weave, man. You can't. They're going to do but get mad at you. They're going to try to blame you. Well, it came from your car. No, it didn't. Bullshit. This motherfucker, your car full of roaches. God, she done called her girlfriend. Girl, guess what? This motherfucker car so nasty, he got roaches in my hair. Girl, I told you he wasn't shit. Yeah, I should have never went out with him. Girl, I told, that's what they gonna do. So yeah, I'm not gonna say nothing. They gonna do but try to put it on. That's what we are. That's one thing we do. We always try to put what we're doing on other people. And I ain't mad at the sister, man. I'm just saying, you know, we got to do what we got to do. I think a lot of niggas, y'all listen to differences, and that's what make you niggas weak to these women. You so busy listening to Genuine with his whole life has changed, and that's when you niggas get took to the cleaners. Wait, I knew you were the special one since you came through. I know back then. God bless. God has blessed me, baby. I'm so happy. I'm addicted to you. And that's where your ass get took right down there to the divorce court. And look, he trying to make money, man. He said you were that special. Oh man. Oh man, like the stream, man. Hit me up on the Cash App, man. What's up? We finna do this, man. It's Monday. You know how we do, man. We on our way, man. It's about to be a holiday. I'm straight, bruh. Man, let me tell you something. I saw some firewood. This dude tree fell down. I was riding. I was going to do what I was got to do, right? And dude, I don't know what happened. This tree fell down, and it was some fresh firewood, man. Man, I pulled the car around, and the thing it was, the pieces were too big. I needed a chainsaw to try to cut it down, but man, that shit was straight. It's not even that big a deal though, man. I got enough where I'll burn it, or whatever. You got the tree up and all of it. You gotta have that, man. It's good for your mental health. Even if it's just you, go get you a little small tree. It ain't nobody but you. That's your business, right? Go get you a little small tree, 1 foot, 1.1, 12, 16, 18 inches, lace it up and set it down, man. It's you. And even if you gotta have a pot pie, have your pot pie Christmas, man. Enjoy yourself. Don't let this stuff get to you, man. Roll with the punches. Roll with it. Stand on it. No matter how bad it gets, stand on it, man. And like I say, if you get into that situation, you'd be surprised how many women will join you. Because you assuming it's all peaches and cream for them. You assume that. You assume that. I remember this sister knocked on my door, man. She had like a boy with her. She was sort of thick, man. That chick knocked on my door and said, "Sir, I'm spreading the will of God. Would you like me to come in and go over some?" I couldn't believe. I said, "What? Would you like me to come in and go over some Bible scriptures with you, sir?" I looked at that woman, man, and I shook my head. I said, "This sister." I said, "The game messed up out here, man." No, so I felt sorry for her, man. And I said, "Sister, no, no, ma'am." I said, "No, ma'am, I'm fine." And I didn't know her like that, but I want to say, "Sister, be careful. You just knocking on these doors and stuff, going into the houses of these men. You don't know these men. And you got your son with you. I mean, come on. Well, it should be like 6 or 7 of y'all. It can't be no one person. But nah, man, I just figured she need a man. She out here knocking on doors trying to find her a man. So where was the man she made the child with? I have no idea, brother. You'd have to talk to her. In fact, she'd love to talk to you. She's gonna bring her Bible and her kid. Man, if she would have came in my house, which she didn't, we've been talking about her. Because you can't do that. You say, "Hey, look, young lady, you want to spread the will of God, but young lady, you can't knock. Look, well, see now, hold up. I wasn't in the projects, okay? I wasn't in the jets. I wasn't in the hood. I was in a nice neighborhood. But I would have just told her, man, it's not smart to be doing it. But I couldn't tell her. I didn't know her like that. I just told her no, and I shook my head and I said, once again, these women need a man. They need a man bad, and a lot of them do. See, they don't want to tell you that. They're not going to tell you that. What's them shows you said? Ja Rule, Lloyd. That's where they be going. All them sisters, when them sisters they be divorced and broke and going through, they go run out there and watch some Lloyd. Or go listen to some Plies or go listen to some, what's to say, Dace 26. What was them brothers with Puff Daddy with Bad Boy? Before I Let Go, it was David Hollister and two other dudes. What was the name of that group, man? It was David Hollister and two other dudes, and this is before he did his solo. Damn. Blacks, thank you, brother. You brothers got some soul. There you go, Black Street. There you go. I like Black Street, man. Nah, I'm like, I don't keep up with Bad Boy like that, but that was Teddy Riley's creation. Okay, I like Black Street. No, to me, I'm saying it was just cool to me. And then I'm gonna tell you something. I didn't even know David Hollister was in Black Street until like 8 years. And somebody was like, man, yeah, he's from Black Street. I said, whoa. I said, wait a minute. I said, David Hollister was in Black Street. He said, yeah. And I said, man, how come I didn't? I never knew. Yeah, he did like a gospel blackberry molasses. I don't. See, you niggas know more than me. I don't even know what that is. Blackberry molasses. David, I like David. Girl, I Gotta Go. Girl, I Gotta Go is wonderful. Oh, that's a joint there too. And well, that's about it. And I hate that. And I'm gonna say, yeah, Girl, I Gotta Go. Girl, I gotta go. What they say? You think things had changed, but girl, it's still the same. He put that gospel flow on it. Girl, it's still the same. Girl, I gotta go. And that's what it is, man, But Tyrese, he gonna have to find out the hard way. I hope this brother got both feet on the ground, because if his marriage go left, he gonna have to deal with that heartbreak, man. And that's the whole point. You can't be invested in a relationship, in a woman, so deeply that if she leaves you, it becomes such a influential part of your life, a turning point in your life. You just don't want to do that, man, because people are going to always be people, and people are subject to error. And you can't put your sanity and future off somebody's error or hope that they won't do it. He said Drew Hill, Cisco, and Nokia stayed, and the two other members changed, and one Jazz came. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, no. I don't know. You talking about Drew Hill. I don't know. Tyrese Gibson is on a podcast talking about how bad his divorce went, how horrible it was, how he doesn't want it to happen again. Okay, I got you. You said Blackstreet was with Riley, not Diddy. Okay. That's Guy. He said underrated David Halsey. I think Teddy Riley is extreme. I've never seen Teddy Riley. I'm sure he has. I've never seen BET or anybody award Teddy Riley. I haven't seen it. You don't hear his name at all. Teddy was a player though. Teddy got the ladies, but all of them did. And that's my joint right now, man. That groove me, man. That's my joint right now. Put Groove Me on, bro. You're gonna see Platt sliding. Like the stream, man. We're gonna drop the join link, man. We'll take your thoughts. You want to add something? Like the stream, man. Reach down there and hit that like. Likes are free, man. Reach down there and hit the like, man. Support the platform, man. Okay, we got the man to tell us. Got Mercy up here, man. He gonna put us on game about Tyrese. What's up with you, Mercy?
Hey, what exactly is Tyrese doing now, man? I mean, I heard about his baby. I mean, about his wife and everything, but I'm talking about what he talking about now?
Tyrese is saying that his divorce wounded him in such a way that he doesn't want to go forward. He doesn't want to take another chance. He wants a guarantee. He wants the next woman to not to be able to do the same thing that the last woman did. And he don't
Ain't nothing wrong
understand
with that.
why. He don't understand why he can't get that. What you say, Mercy?
Oh, he said he can't understand why. Well, he ain't been single that long.
Well, no. I'm saying he don't want a woman to be able to take him to the cleaners if he
Oh yeah,
gets
of
married.
course. Yeah, of course. I mean, that's what every man should go after. He should get a prenup. I mean, it's not hard to do. He just got to come up with a plan, and he got enough money to pay somebody to come up with a plan for him. You know, he definitely can do it, and he should have a whole lot of requirements. You know, he should have that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he
Mhm.
shouldn't let no woman take him to the cleaners. You know what I'm saying? He should have a prenup, all that set up. But he got enough money. That's what I'm trying to tell you, play. He got enough money where he could have somebody write that up for him.
Well, why don't they do it, Mercy?
Well, then he got to find somebody that's gonna agree with it too.
Why does the Negro, and I'm serious, why they'll go and buy a big chain? They'll go buy a fat gold chain instead of getting a lawyer to handle their marriage or all of those the paperwork that's dealing with their marriage, the important things. But they'll go out and they'll be down there with the Jacob, the jeweler, or whatever that guy name is. I don't even know his name. Johnny the jeweler. I just saw a rapper down there, and he'll be showing off an $800,000 chain he made in his teeth. And I said, man, you wonder why other races look at us sideways like that, because this is what we do. Instead of taking the money, Johnny Dang, instead of taking that money and purchasing legal counsel, you and the woman you want to get with understand both sides. You say, hey, look, this is my lawyer. I suggest you get a lawyer. And they sit down, they hammer out how they want these things to go, which they should do. They'd rather go buy a fat gold chain and a grill and just get married. And then, like Tyrese, when it goes left, they're running around like a chicken with their head cut off.
But then you gotta understand with him, he has several children by this woman. You know,
I don't know if
so
he got
he might have
several.
been younger when this
I think he got
happened.
one. I think he got one by.
He only got one by?
I think. I don't know. You might be right. He might have two.
Oh, I don't know, but I know she has several children. So I thought all of them were his. I just assumed that.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good question. That's a really good question. But I think too, sometimes when you're younger, how long was he married anyway?
Whew, about 4 years.
It was only 4 years? Well,
Bro, I don't know.
he should have known better.
I don't keep
Yeah, he
up
should have
with
known.
Tyrese like that.
The reason I'm saying, because sometimes when you do this, the reason I'm asking, because sometimes when you do this, you're young. You know what I'm saying? You might be young and fall in love.
I think that
And
was his
you
second
know how
marriage.
when you young,
Like he did
because
the
sometimes when
marriage.
you young,
Go ahead, Mercy. My fault. Go ahead.
I'm just saying sometimes when you young and you in love, sometimes you don't think. Yeah, you're right. 4 years, says 4 years. So at that point, he should have been. Yeah, he should have known better. I can't excuse him. Yeah, he I thought he was young and was got married young. You know how you do, get married young, you fall in love, you in love, and all that type of stuff, and you young and dumb. But nah, I can't give him that. So he should have known better. Yeah, he should have known better. He was old enough to know better. So I can't excuse him on that. But at the same time, like I said, you learn sometimes, and he just had to learn a lesson. That's all. I mean, he an old man learned a lesson. That's all. He got to learn how it is. He got to learn how it is, and that's the way it is. He got himself a modern woman, and that's what it is, bro. I mean, and this should be a testament to what I've been saying the whole time. Get your passports, bro, because this is what you're gonna have to deal with right here. This man looks good. According to the women, he looks good. I heard a lot of women say, "Oh yeah, Tyrese, he fine, all that." That's what women say. And he got money. You know what I'm saying? He got all the stuff that a woman would want. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is he got everything, but he's still making rookie mistakes. So he gotta stop making these rookie mistakes, man, and just come up with a list. And he gonna have to just go globally, bro. Yeah, he can find a woman that meets all those standards that he got, but he might have to do a global search. You still there, Platt?
I'm right here, brother. I'm right
Oh, I
here.
thought I might have lost you. My bad.
No, you didn't lose me, man. I'm right here.
Yeah, but see, he's an old man learning young man lessons. So to me, he just an old man. Now he got to learn. He got to get that prenup in place. He got to set his standards in place. And I don't see a big deal. I mean, if he got cleaned up, then he got to learn his lesson and just move on from there, bro.
Yep.
I mean,
You're
that's
right.
just
And
what
that's
it
the
is.
problem. That's the problem. A lot of us don't or can't learn our lesson. That's the problem. And we're not good at picking women. We're not good at picking women. We only pick the women who are very, very attractive, very, very fine. Well, that's fine if you can control those women. Get them if you can control them. But see, a lot of times you can't control those women. I just saw, I think Tom Brady's ex, she's pregnant. Gazelle or whatever. She's pregnant and he's been posting stuff on his Insta. Terrible stuff on his Insta. I don't know what's going on. There's something going on with Tom Brady.
You said what? Who's pregnant?
His ex-wife.
Dang, already? Hey, go on.
And I think they finna get married. And people saying Tom Brady been acting real strange. And they're afraid for him. I'm afraid for the brother. I'm afraid for him too, man. Yeah, that shit is real, man. Yeah.
I mean, basically, it lets you know right there, Platt. You can have all the money, all the looks, you can be handsome and all that. But if you don't have a plan in place, which he has to have a better vetting process too. Tyrese has to have a better vetting process, and so does Tom Brady, man. Got to have a better vetting process, bro.
Well, they were married a long time, though. When you say Tom Brady, man, that's a long time, man. And then she left him, got with the judo instructor, and now she's finna give him a kid. And for all we know, I think Tom Brady's still single. And there was a rumor that he was smashing Jalen Daniels' mom. That was a rumor. I don't know if that's true or not. But yeah, I hope he gets some help, man, because I saw some of those Instagram postings, man, and those are scary. The stuff that he's saying. He's posting up, what does it mean? Is it worth it? Stuff like that, man.
See, that's why I say, Platt, the marriage contract in this country is over, bro. I keep trying to tell brothers that it's over. You had to get a whole lot of lawyers involved. You got to have all your stuff just stacked up, a plan. You gotta be like Fort Knox over here, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just telling you what it is. You gotta be like everything locked. You gonna have to just be that dude and just really vet these chicks and really send these chicks through the ringer, yo. So that's the problem, man. We making it too easy for these women, man.
Who's making it too easy? You said we. Who's making it too easy?
I'm talking about the rich dudes. They making it easy for them.
Well, it look like they're getting divorced. Look like the money ain't really mattering. Tom Brady, we just said him. He's rich and he's very successful, and she still left him.
Exactly. So, and then you look at Tyrese. I mean, he just letting letting women getting too close to them without a good vetting process, bro. Because I don't think these dudes have vet these chicks like they supposed to, man.
Well, that's a
I mean, it's
choice.
not just them two. I mean, it's not just them two, man. We hearing other stories too.
I don't know what
You
you
know
mean
what
by
I'm
this.
saying? I'm just saying, I mean, all these dudes got money and they still can't get a good woman, man.
You're right, man. And Tom is posting stuff like, "What does it mean?" And he'll post it in his stories, and he'll be looking at stars and stuff like that. And then he posted that song, "I Don't Want to Live No More." That song, well, I don't know who put that out. Yeah, and when you look at it, man, it's scary because that's from his account. And this is after we find out his wife is pregnant and about to get married. So a lot of these dudes are hurting. That's another thing for Tom Brady. To a certain degree, we're unfair to him. We won't let him be human. That man going through hell, bro. Oh, he Tom Brady. What does that mean? He's still a man. He lost his family. And he probably the type of guy, he likes to have a relationship with his women. So all of that, they want to have sex with him and stuff, that don't help him out. He wants to be with the mother of his children. It's got to be extra bad for him because he's rich. And he probably thought this couldn't happen to a guy like me. I'm rich. Everybody likes me. I'm successful. I'm crazy about my children. And boom, he's divorced.
Yeah, so that lets you know right there, you got to come up with a better vetting process, Platt.
Well, they had been married for a while, man. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. I'm just saying, I'm looking at
She
Tyrese. We
gave
talking about
him, she gave him 3 kids or 2 kids. They were married like over a decade, right?
I mean,
And
I
that's another
understand
thing.
all that.
But Mercy, that's another thing. When you're the type of guy you don't really go out. When you don't like, that's not your thing. You don't like to go to nightclubs. You certainly don't go to no strip clubs. And you're married and you're very happily married. When if it happens like it happens with him, it's like cold ice being thrown on him because he probably thinks the prospect of being with a woman that's not his wife, that ain't something that he wants to do. He wants to create a fantasy land. And he's paying now.
It is what it is, bro. You gotta come up with a better vetting process. You gotta be real about what you want, and you gotta stick to it. You can't compromise. I mean, for her to be pregnant and found somebody else that fast, bro, after their divorce, I mean, come on, man. That's
Well,
just that's just heartless, bro. That's too quick, man. You
look,
divorce and then next thing you know, she pregnant by somebody. Come on, man.
let me ask you this, Marcy. Would you rather be married to a beautiful woman and get a divorce in 4 years, or be married to a fat, mildly, barely like a four, and then but stay married for 30 years?
But why I got to marry? Why it gotta be that contrast, bro?
I'm just asking the
That's
question.
I know what you're saying, but see, that's the problem. It's like why I got to settle. If I'm Tom Brady, I ain't got to settle, yo. If I'm Tyrese, I ain't got to settle. I ain't
So
got to
you
take no
rather have,
fool.
so you take the baddie.
I, I get to choose from a plethora of baddies.
You would take the baddie for four, then a non-baddie for 20.
I can have 20 baddies if I'm Tom Brady.
You don't want to answer the question. But you know what? A lot of this stuff, and it ain't got nothing to do with me, man. Guys, men, you got to sit back, man, and think about your life, man. You got to make good decisions. When you say, I'll take a baddie for 4 years, well, then on that 4 years, you got to deal with the lead. She's going to go. Oh, y'all have some kids. You're going to take them kids with her. Or if I get a non-baddie, say she's a three or a four, but she lasts for 20 years. Do everything you want her to do. Everything. She do so much, you be telling her to slow down.
All you gotta do is bring polygamy back, Platt,
You can go
and it will
overseas and
solve
get
all
rich.
of this. It solve all of this.
Go overseas.
Just bring, just bring polygamy back, bro. Solve all of this.
Go overseas and you can enjoy polygamy.
There you go. You got 10 of them, and you can have your fun.
But Mercy, what you saying, right? You're not that's not a serious conversation, what you saying.
Men have had polygamous relationships for thousands of years, bro. Men have been doing this for thousands of years,
But
having
see,
polygamous
this what
relationships.
you want. This what you want, Mercy. You want to have your cake and eat it too. Mercy. We see that happen. Tom Brady had just about everything a man could want, and his wife still left him. And he's out. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what he's doing, but we know that she's about to have a baby and she's about to get married. So she's moved on. I don't think he has. He's the one posting all of these sad stories on Instagram that make you say, "Hey, somebody go check on Tom." So would you rather be in a relationship with a woman that's going to eventually leave you over one that's going to be lasting? Oh, I don't want no chick that's a five. Well, then you just answered the question. And that's why they got the advantage.
But again, they got the advantage because you're only allowed to have one. But for hundreds and thousands of years, see, America is a new country, bro. It's only been around for like 300 or 400 years. It has, man, you got kingdoms and dynasties been around for thousands of years, and these brothers had multiple wives, bro. I mean, why are we going to go off 400 years of history? We can look at thousands of years of history where men have had polygamous marriages, and we're just going to skip over all that, act like that don't exist. Why you think the men had them multiple wives?
Mercy. You can have multiple women in your life right now. You what you're saying to me, you're not practicing what you're saying. You're just talking. You can have multiple women in your life. You don't have to. You can't
I'm
get
trying to
married.
give these brothers, I'm trying to give these brothers that we're talking about a solution to their problem, bro.
Mercy. You can go on Instagram. You can go on TikTok. There are people out there right now looking for a third. They're a polygamous couple looking for somebody to get in that family.
There you go.
All you gotta do is go get in it.
There you go. So these brothers need to practice that.
No, that ain't, Tom Brady's not that type of guy. See, that's what I'm saying. Everybody just don't want raw sex. Some dudes want a relationship, and then if you have some people want the mother of their children. When she gets up in the morning, you hear her. When she pulls up, the way the kids interact with her, you're home, a happy home. You come in and kids come running up on you, a happy home. They don't want
Hey,
just some
Platt,
chick they met at the strip club or some chick that they met online. They don't even know this woman because it ain't the same thing.
hey, Platt. In them kingdoms where they had them thousands of years, when they had the polygamy, you never heard a story like this. You ain't never heard no woman leaving her husband, going to have a baby by another dude, and all marrying somebody. You never heard that stuff going on, bro. You never heard that. In the polygamous kingdoms, the stuff that they did, they had a whole lifestyle of that. And you don't be hearing about women doing stuff like that, bro. I promise you, that stuff don't go on in the polygamous marriages because they know better, Platt.
Yeah, but Bercy, you're not. That's not going to work because ultimately, what you're talking about is force, and that'll never happen in America. Never, never. They're not gonna force no woman to do nothing she don't want to do. Oh, you're talking about back during a completely different era, and then you said you had to be a king. If you really go and research that, Mercy, you'll see a lot of those men. They never had no type of woman. They never got married. They never even had a woman. They lived and they died. And you're right, a king. You're right. He was a king.
And you don't think Tom Brady got enough money to be a king in a foreign
You
country
brought it
or
up
on an
again,
island?
but you just brought it up again. I don't think he wants a woman. I think he wants a woman that he has a relationship with. I think he wants his baby mama. I think he wants his wife. I think he wants her. Unfortunately, she doesn't want him. But you keep thinking that all you got to do is just find another woman. Well, that's not going to be her.
I remember when Special Ed. You remember that rapper Special Ed? He talking about he said he's gonna buy an island. He's gonna live on an island. He's gonna make enough money and buy his own island. See, that's what brothers need to do when they reach a certain level. When you reach a certain level, like Tom Brady, Tyrese, you just need to buy your own island and just make your own rules. Name your streets after you. Name all the streets after you with your last name and all that, bro. And just have your own little kingdom, bro. That's it.
Mercy.
Just have your own little kingdom.
I hope you get it, man.
I'm just saying, I'm talking about dudes like this. They got that kind of money where they could do that, Platt.
But Mercy,
They
I'm going
could
to say this
literally
again.
do that.
Mercy, his relationship with women is one that's sacred between him and her. You can't just that's what they do. And guys that do Mercy, just because a man you smash, you got a wife for 4 or 5 years, 4 years. I don't know. Brady was married a while. You got a wife for 12 years. She give you kids. She breaks up with you. Mercy, going out sleeping with random women, that's not going to be the same thing. He's a different man now. He's not a young man. He's an older man. The things that he wants, his family, he can't have that, man. And he got all this money and stuff. That's what I'm saying. You got to also understand Tom Brady, he's married and all that, but he's had his share of women. You saying that, Mercy, you need to experience it, bro, and then you'll see what I'm talking about. But we can't do that on YouTube because everybody, got 1,000 bitches and they don't go through nothing. Feel sorry for that man. I'm so afraid for him with Christmas coming on and him being depressed.
But he needs a solution, bro. Because
Hey,
his ex-wife does not want him. He needs to move on.
you got
Right?
to. You got to stop
You know what
posting
I'm saying?
stories. Yeah, you got to sit up there and post all these sad
Right.
stories.
That's all I'm telling the brother. Bro, you need a new plan. This one woman, one wife thing is not working for you, bro. I mean, it's just not. You got to try something different, bro. It's not working for you. You need to
And some,
have a.
no,
You
some
need to
people can't get out. They can't get out of depression. They get depressed. They go through a divorce, and a lot of it has to do with reconciliation. You think that she's going to come back, so you wait and you just wait, and you even stop dating because you think in some kind of way she's going to return. Now she's pregnant. She's about to get married. You go back into your depression, man.
I don't know, Flat. If I was Tom Brady's advisor with all that money he got, I come up with a plan for the brother. Hey, look, you gotta check. Hey, you gotta wake up. You gotta come out of that. She done moved on. You
Yep.
not that's not happening. That's over. You got a new chapter in your life. Okay, I got a new plan for you, brother. That's all I'm saying. According to this new plan, we
Ain't
not
nothing
doing
they can
things.
do though. There's nothing they can do for him. He's a grown man. He's got to realize that it's time to go forward. But that comes with him and his time. And also, this is an aspect of a marriage or a relationship or the woman you're having kids with. It's a lingering effect, man. You're in love with this woman. You want her to come back to you. You wish she does. So she find out she's married. I mean, they didn't set a wedding date. She's pregnant. You find that out. You go on your stories and you post scenes of sunsets and stuff and talk about, does love matter? Is it supposed to be this way? And then you put up a story. What is that, brother? I don't want to die. I don't want to live. I want to die today. I forgot. Anyhow, that's the song he was using. Yeah, that's a deletion song. So they need to go check on him, man. And he knows who he is. He has a lot of followers. He put that on his page, man. The problem is falling in love. What happened to just loving your woman? You need to.
Now the rules of the game got to change, bro. Sorry, Platt. Rules of the game got to change,
Who
bro.
gonna change it, Mercy? You?
Hey, it's every man's job to set the rules that he gonna play by. If Tom Brady want to play by the rules, he can choose to play by these rules. Tyrese want to play by these rules. I'm not playing by those rules, bro. I'm just not doing it, bro. I mean, if you want to do that, you want to get caught up in that mess. You know what I'm saying? I want her back, even though she done got pregnant by another dude and about to marry another dude, but I still want her back. Now, I'm not playing that game, bro. You can play that game. Or Tyrese talking about his woman, she glad that they over. Because remember, she done made TikTok, she done made videos on how glad she was that she done moved on from this dude.
Yeah. Well, they do.
She done said all of that.
Well, they come to an end, man. We get it. We get it. You in love or whatever, but you have to go forward in
Of
life. You
course.
have to. Yeah. So no, some people don't. Some people can't get out of it, man. Man, a lot of dudes, man. get stuck in a failed marriage. They never get beyond that. They never get beyond that. They come home. Somebody got in the chat addiction. They come home. They become alcoholics. They come home. They become drug addicts. They get shut in. They don't want to do nothing, and they sit around and look at their wedding video and cry and try to get back. Yeah, and you got to get some help, man. And he does. Tom Brady needs some help. And if you ask me, if something happens to him, I'm not going to be surprised because he always was distant. To me, he like this whole NFL job. You could just look and see something else was going on with him. And there was him and Jaden Daniels' mom. I mean, they do a lot. Maybe he needs to call her up, man. Not to sleep with her, but just talk to her, man. He shouldn't need to be posting stuff like that on his page, man.
All I'm saying is, if the game's not working for you, you gotta pick up your ball and go home, bro. I mean, that's just what it is. If the game's not working for you, then you got to play a different game.
Yeah, but but Mercy, you got to get the women right. You got to get them right.
Hey, I'm pretty sure Tom Brady and Tyrese, with all the money they got, they not gonna have a problem getting somebody else, man. I'm sure of that.
I'm
They
saying
not
you
gonna
have
have a problem.
Mercy. You got to get the women right.
Hey,
What does it mean to like very, very attractive women, but you never get very, very attractive women? When you date, you get just regular women, which is fine. But I'm saying, what good is it to sit around and want women that you can't have?
well, I just have a different perspective. So
What's your perspective, brother?
my perspective is, if I'm Tom Brady or Tyrese, hey, the sky's the limit, bro. Sky's the limit.
Mercy, you keep talking about that. Mercy, it's different. I don't know about Tyrese, but with Tom Brady, it's a little bit different. Mercy, you ever been married?
Nope.
What's the
I
closest
know
you ever come? What's the closest
I've been
you ever?
engaged, but
Okay.
I was smart enough to call it off.
Why?
Oh, because I saw it happening. Just I wasn't gonna become a Tyrese or a Tom Brady. I already saw it developing. So you gotta see you in America, bro. You got to know where you at, bro. You in America. You when that stuff start developing, it start boiling, and then you see what's going on. See, these dudes, they don't be paying attention to the flag. See, women be giving dudes flags, they don't be paying attention to it. See, you gotta pay attention to the flags that they give you, bro. When these women be giving you red flags and let you know what it is, you got to address that joint, bro. You can't sit back. You can't be sitting back and letting that stuff go. That's what we do as men. You let a lot of stuff ride. Now, when you start seeing that stuff percolating, man, you better address that.
VC, what you guys want me to do, man? What do you guys want me to do? Yeah, Mercy, look, Mercy. Those men were in long-term relationships, uh, and there's probably some depression, lingering stuff. We get it. They do need to get over it, but you can't replace those women with just bust downs. It's not the same thing.
All I'm saying is women, most of the time,
They're not
women,
the same. Mercy, a woman
most
that's
times
in your
women
life,
gonna let you know where they at, bro. They gonna let you
Mercy,
know where they at. They
Mercy,
gonna know.
a woman that you married for over 10 years and she bears you 2 kids, I think, or maybe 3 kids. and she actually made more money than you, and she's been by your side. That woman, y'all break up, and then at the time he was in the league, so now he's home a lot. And his woman is, his kids. He talks to his kids on the phone. Probably hears his ex-wife in the back. That's got to be tearing that man apart. And I'm not saying he can do anything about it, but get over it. But yeah, it's gonna probably be he's in pain. I think any man would have an issue with that if they lost their whole family, and then they find out the ex is about to have another baby and pregnant by another man. That's got to deal with the pregnant by the man she was cheating on you with.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. So, like I said, women always let you know where they at, and they always got red flags, bro. And he was letting them red flags go. He kept taking her back after she was cheating on him and all this type of stuff. Shouldn't have been doing that. That's all I'm saying. He was acting like a simp. I'm just being real. She was cheating on him. He acting like a simp, letting it ride.
Well, I don't think. I don't know. Maybe she was. Maybe he did. I don't know. I don't know if he knew, but
No, I know. I know. Men know. Men just be ignoring all the signs. Men know, but they just be ignoring all the signs.
what if you want to say that marriage?
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's what men do. They try to save the. That's what men do. We try to save the marriage,
Yeah.
not understanding what we're looking at.
Well, mercy. If you notice, these are attractive women with options. When we say an unattractive woman, right, a four, a three, or a two, and a four with makeup. When we say, would you want to be with that woman, and she stays loyal for 20 years, or would you rather be with a very, very attractive woman and she's only loyal for four?
But see, the only
You just
problem having a
no,
relationship.
brother, no. You just explain to the world that's one of the problems with men. You think that these women are just going to follow your orders. They got to be willing and wanting to comply with everything you need. If they're going to be a resistance, why deal with her at all?
What I'm trying to tell you, Platt, the 4 is cheating like the 10. Is what I'm trying to tell you. You think the 4 ain't cheating. I'm telling you, the 4 is cheating just like the baddie. That's
You
what I'm
think?
telling you. It don't matter whether or not she a 4. She still can cheat. Women got options, bro. I don't care what they look like. Because there's always going to be a dude that's going to try to sneak up in there. There's always a dude like that. A thirsty dude. Because dudes talking about, nah, I don't, she gotta be at least dudes, when they get thirsty enough, we know they'll slide on anything. We already know this. So the 4 is cheating like the baddie. See, you thinking because she a 4, she gonna be loyal. Nah, bro.
I'm
You
not thinking that. I said, I know you're
that's a trap. that's, that's a trap, bro. Because look at the divorce rate, Platt. Look at how the divorce rate is. It ain't all ugly women getting divorced. I mean, it ain't all baddies getting divorced.
I asked the question, brother. You taken from that question that I'm implying something. I just
See, you
asked you a
are
question.
implying something. You are
I asked
implying
you
something
that
from your
question.
scenario.
Would you rather be one that's a 4 for 4 years, or one? I mean, for 20 years, or one that's a 10 for 4 years?
Platt, you are implying something. And a lot of men think
You know
like
what? You
this.
know what, bro? You know what? You
I'm
mercy.
with you though, Platt, but a lot of men think like this. We think because she a
Mercy.
4, she gonna be more
Mercy.
faithful. That's how we
Mercy.
think.
You're gonna be single for a long time, brother.
Now, but now be real. Don't most men think, oh, she a 4,
I'm not
she
see.
probably gonna
You
be
can
more.
play with that if you want to, Mercy. But see, Mercy, in the end, you ain't got nobody to blame. Because Mercy, you got to date who want to date you. Who
Of
you gonna
course.
date if they don't want to? What is the point to go to a party or a wedding or somebody fix you up with a woman who does not want to date you? What's the point? You
So
can't.
that's the whole.
Okay. Hold up. You said so, and every man ain't gonna get no attractive woman.
We
Is that
already
enough?
know this, Platt.
It's not enough for them to go around. So when
Yeah,
you
I
say,
know
would you
this.
rather? If so, you said, would you rather downgrade and then no, fuck that. I ain't settling. Okay, do your thing then, brother.
What I'm saying is, Platt, what I'm telling you, Platt, it don't matter what she look like, bro. If you ain't got a program for that woman,
That's what you
she,
think.
she,
You really
that's what I
think.
know.
Hold
That's
up, you
what I
think it
know.
doesn't matter? Well, it matters to you because
That's
you
what I
said you would
know.
rather you would rather be with the 10 for 4. So what she
I didn't
looks
say
like
that. I didn't say
matters.
that.
It
I didn't
matters
say
to
that.
you. It matters to you.
I didn't say that.
It matters to you, man.
Look, I don't want no woman cheating on
You
me. I
gotta
don't care
have
if
some
she's a
game.
baddie.
You probably do. I don't know what you do, Mercy. I'm
No,
not
no.
saying you, but if you want to get them baddies, you better get you some game. You better get you some
I don't want
conversation.
no baddie. I don't want no baddie cheating on me either.
But you just
So
said they all cheat. So what difference does it make?
that's my whole point, Platt. That's my point. It don't matter
You
whether
said they all